I'll give you all the abridged version about Project Invent, which is the organization I work for. We are a nonprofit based in the Bay Area in California, and we work every day to empower students, primarily at the middle school and high school level, so ages 11 to 18, to develop 21st century skills through invention, because we believe that students ages 11, 18 have the power to impact their local communities and even the global community, and we don't think that anyone should make them wait to do so. So the way that our program works from start to finish, we typically operate on a school year timeline, but at the beginning of the year, we ask students to go out into the community and connect with someone who they think might benefit from an invention. So whether that's a firefighter or a state forest ranger, or someone with visual impairment, or someone with different abilities, we ask our students to go out in their community and find someone who they can connect with and build something for. And then they spend a couple of weeks interviewing that person, using the tools of design thinking, getting to know their problem statement really well. Once they've defined that problem statement with help from their community partner, that's when they pick up that wrench and actually start engineering or inventing. And at the end of the school year, we have big events similar to GIFT called Demo Day, where our students get up on the stage and share what they've invented. This past year, we had 2 of these events live in person in San Diego. Many of them are virtual. But what we like to do is make sure that the students can walk away feeling as if it was a real and meaningful experience, meaning that some of them walk away with funding and investment into their products, just like you would on Shark Tank. So this is not for show. We're not giving the students the stage just because. We're giving them the stage because we believe their ideas should and need to be heard. And we have people sitting there in the audience ready to invest in those ideas. So here are a couple of ideas that have been presented at demo days of the past. So these were all built by Project Invent students, all built by young people. I can give you a couple of examples, give you the backstory of a couple of these. So Adapt Play in the upper left-hand corner is one that a team of Project Invent students actually built for one of their classmates at their high school, who was living with cerebral palsy, and they interviewed him. His name was Jose, and they asked him, you know, what is there something we could build for you that would make your life every day a little bit better? And he said, I really want to be able to play Minecraft, but given my dexterity of my hands, I struggle to play Minecraft. So they built him this adapted video game controller that allows him to do so. Another good example, this one in the middle is built for a high school football coach to carry around in his or her bag to games and practices, and it can detect signs of concussion when placed on the forehead. So that was, again, a problem that the students felt really connected to. And I'll give one more example. Braille blocks were built for young people, like ages 4, 5, and 6, who are learning Braille. So they might be losing their vision, or they might have been born with visual impairment and they need to learn Braille, but that can be a really tedious and sometimes frustrating or boring task. So Braille blocks are really big. Okay, they can fit into a child's hands, and they can be placed on a mat that comes along with the invention. And the kid can guess what letter it is and then place it on the mat, and the mat will read it out loud. So it adds a little bit of a gamification aspect to the learning Braille process. And it was designed alongside these children's parents. So the parents have really been able to engage with their kids in a way they weren't able to before. The reason, actually, you know, this slide is what we're here today. This is what GIFT is all about. We believe that innovative and inventive people demonstrate all of these really important mindsets, things like ambition and empathy and agency and resilience and confidence and curiosity. And so that's why we think that every child should have an opportunity to invent something in their youth. And the way that we make that happen is we train our teachers. So very similar to Maria's presentation just before this, we work closely with teachers, specifically helping teachers to consider these teacher practices. So a lot of the freedom that an inventor may or may not feel is determined by the environment that we're in. And we think that teachers have the power to create that environment where students can be creative and ambitious. So we work with teachers on practices like, how are you making your students more comfortable with failure? how are you giving up the steering wheel in your classroom and putting it in the hands of your students? So we spend a whole week during the summer and then touch base with the teachers a couple times throughout the school year to work on these specific teacher practices with them. So we're not only developing young innovators, we're also developing invention educators. We are, just like Maria said, the best way to connect with Project Invent is through a teacher at your school if you're a student. And if you're a teacher, we are currently accepting new educators into the program through May 31st. But we have a lot of free resources available at our resource library. So things like our full invention curriculum, intro to Arduino lessons, design thinking exercises, guides in community partnership and how to work with and design for members of your community. All of that is available for free download on our site. So that's really useful for anyone and can be used in sort of bite-sized pieces. And also, if you'd like to talk about any other ideas you have for invention or invention programming, especially on this sort of long-term school year timeline, anyone's free to reach out to me.
Great. Wow. Sid, do you have any questions? Would you like to be part of this program?
I think so. Pretty good.
It looks well thought out. And how long do the students participate in the classroom? Is it the full year, or is it combined into a specific like quarter or semester?
Typically they spend the full year, but only maybe once a week is the way teachers run it. So 1 to 2 hours a week for a full school year. And we just wrapped up. So it doesn't go all the way to the summer. The students just presented this March and April time period.
So is it an after school program, or is it incorporated into classes?
Oh, I think she froze again. Oh, there she is. Michelle, can you repeat the question?
Jordan, is it like an after school program, or do teachers just incorporate it into their curriculum?
Either way, so some of our educators are working in an after school environment, like a boys and girls club or something like that. Some run it like sort of like a robotics team, so an after school environment, and then some blend it right into their engineering class. Or even, we have, for example, an environmental science teacher might pick this exercise up and then point their students in the direction of environmental issues. So that's one way to do it as well.
Great, excellent. Thank you very much, Jordan. When you said you're at the airport, are you coming or going?
I am going home to North Carolina.
Oh, I'm sure you'll have a wonderful time. Thank you. Thank you very much
for bearing with me. I appreciate it.
No, that's great. Nice job. Thank you.
That was a great speech. I hope that program goes far.
Thank you, Sid. Good luck with yours.